Hi folks, my name is Peter Moss and I've been associated with the uke for just over 50 years. Scary stuff. And in those 50 years I've picked up loads of sort of tricks and things, and also how to take a piece and add embellishments. Now this video is in a series and I think we're on number 6 at the minute. This one is going to be using a piece called Bring Me Sunshine that was made famous by the comedy duo in the UK, Morecambe and Wise. However, before actually recording this, I did actually send out some little feelers just to see if people knew it around the world, and it was a resounding yes. So I decided to pick this piece. You will find this in a lot of ukulele groups and clubs, and you will probably have a copy of it on either an iPad or you'll have a hard copy in a book. Now, to make it easier on this one, if you pop the pause on now, go back to the description of this video and you will see there is a place there where you can print off exactly what I'm going to be talking about. The benefit of that is that you're looking at two things rather than me having to put thousands and thousands of chord grids onto the screen. So if you haven't done it now, pop the pause on, don't stop it, just pop pause on, go and print that off and come back. Right, so you're back with me, and what we're going to do then, as per usual, is just give an idea of the tune, how it goes. I'm sure you know. It's over 4 different verses. And what we're going to do is the first 2 verses, we're going to do pretty much as written in everybody's books. By the way, we're doing it in the key of G. So without further ado, why don't we play those first 2 verses as written down in the books or on the printout that you've just printed out. So it goes something like this. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years, yeah. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. So it's a fun piece, isn't it? What I'm going to do then is keep the first 2 verses as they are, and then verses 3 and 4 we're going to add quite a few embellishments, but we're going to do them a bit at a time. Now, to make it easy, I've also color coded everything, but before we go into those specific chords, I just want to explain something. Chords can have different names depending on what key you're playing in. Perhaps one that everybody knows is this one. If you've got the open G, C, E, A, that can be referred to as C6, but it also could be called A minor 7th. So if it can work for one chord, it can work for another. There's one here which people tend to know as E minor 7th, yeah? But it also could be called G6. Now then, why am I telling you this? The reason is chords belong to families, and if I was to play a G, for example, alternatively I could play a G6. Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason why I couldn't do that. And why would I want to do it? Well, it depends where the melody is. So if you've got either a picking melody or a vocal melody, sometimes it's a bit of fun to try and find a chord that's got that melody note within it. Well, we're going to explore that in just a second. But the next thing I want to do is just mention that the G6 and the G major and the G major 7th all fit. Yeah, so it depends on the piece, what you're playing. You've got a choice of 3 on all the major chords. You've also got it in the minor chords. You've also got it in the 7ths as well, because we've got 7ths, 9ths, 13ths. However, we don't want to go into all that. Basically, I just wanted to explain how you could have 3 different versions or more of the same chord. So let me explain that further, what I meant by finding a note within the chord that's got the melody. Now, if we take the chord of G, which is as it was written on the first line of each of the verses so far, bring me sunshine. So the actual note of sun, bring me sun, is not in here. Not there, okay. However, if I'd used one of those alternative chords I was talking about, which was instead of the G to play the G6 or E minor 7th, okay, we're going to call it G6 for now. Now then, have a listen in there. Bring me sun. Oh, look there on the second string. We've actually got that melody note, so it's more fun, I think, then, rather than playing bring me sunshine. It's better to go, bring me sunshine. It's got more to it, hasn't it? Yeah, okay. So that is our first chord that we're going to substitute, and that is in yellow. So wherever you see the E minor 7th or the G6 and it's got yellow on it, then basically that is what you're going to do. So that's our first chord for changing. So the second chord that we're going to look at is actually, well, two chords. We're going to look at the next two, which are A minor and D7. So we've got A minor and D7. Now then, the trouble with those is we've got on the A minor two strings exactly the same. And if I do the D7, I've still got the two strings exactly the same. Now in my book that's a waste, okay, so what we need to do is add another note or an octave of the same note. So how am I going to do that? So I'm going to go from the A minor and add on a C. And I need to use these fingers, so if you can't see on the video, have a look on the screen now that my index finger is on the 4th string 2nd fret and my pinky is on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, okay? Now, some refer to this as an A minor 7th, but it's not. There's a note missing to make it A minor 7th. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it A minor plus C, okay? Now, I needed to use those fingers for a reason. The reason is the chord that's coming up next, which is, it's written in D7HY. What on earth is D7HY? Well, the HY is hybrid. Hey, we're bringing everybody up to date with hybrid technology. So what I mean by that is a D7 could be played like that, the Hawaiian D7, or it could be played with a bar like that. Now I do know from feedback that a lot of people do struggle with doing the bar on the D7. So what I've done is I've done a mixture of the Hawaiian D7 and the D7 with a bar. That is to do that. So have a look on the screen at the fingers that I'm using and notice that the only thing I've done on top of the A minor plus C is I've put my 2nd finger on the 2nd string 2nd fret. So you have got A minor plus C and also 2nd finger 2nd fret 2nd string. Now, what does that sound like if I put those together? Starting from the beginning. A 1, 2. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me. Nice, isn't it? Okay, so every time where we have the A minor plus C and the D7HY hybrid, I've done that in green, and you're going to find it in 1 or 2 places in the next 2 verses. We'll take a short break there and I'll come back with another suggestion. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play what we've done so far. That A minor plus C and the D7 hybrid actually repeats itself on the next line. So what I'm going to do is go from the beginning of that verse, and if you follow along and play along, here we go. 2N. 1, 2. Bring me sunshine in your smile. bring me rainbows from the skies. Oh, what is that chord there? It is a G major 7th. Again, look on the screen if you can't see my fingers. And it's a mini bar. Who likes mini bars? Me! Yeah, so it's just on the 2nd fret there and only covering strings 1, 2 and 3, but I can play the G string as well. Okay. Now what happens after that is it then reverts back to our very first chord in the 3rd verse, which was the E minor 7th. So literally we've got... Okay, you might want to practice that bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do the first 2 lines of verse 3. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me rainbows from the skies. Okay, have a practice of that. I'll be back in a second with the next little trick. Okay, going from line 3, which is life's too short to be spent having. Yeah, and I've left them alone because it's literally is a G. Life's too short to be spent having. Now this is where it changes. This is the major 7. So remember I said with the major chords you either have a major 7th or a 6th. You can use all of them. This one just seems to fit in really nice, I think, just before the word anything. Okay, and then anything but fun. Well, this is fun because all you're going to do now is take all your fingers off and just play the open C6. Okay, how do those 2 lines sound then? So 2 in, starting from life's too short and the chord of G. 1, 2, life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. Let's do that again. Starting from the G to the G7. 1, 2, life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. Okay, I'm actually not going to sing this time. I'm just going to play the chords so you can hear the harmony that's taking place, okay? So I'll say life's 2, then I'll stop. 1, 2, life's 2. So it adds some like counter harmony to it, doesn't it? You know, it's just a bit more fun, and that's what I'm trying to do, is just doing little tweaks, little embellishments, and they make, I think, all the difference. Take a quick break there, and I'll come back with yet another one. So, because we've done quite a few changes, I think it'd be prudent at this point just to go from the beginning of verse 3 with all the changes that we've done. Now, I'm just going to say the first 2 words, bring me, and then I'm just going to play the chords so you can hear them in their sort of full sound, right up to where we've just finished, which was anything but fun. Okay, so going from bring me, 2 in. 1, 2, bring me. How nice is that? It's great, isn't it? So moving on, so we're now on we can be so content if we, and after can we've got what's called A9. Now you know A7th already. All you're going to do is stick another finger, I use my ring finger, on the 1st string 2nd fret. So instead of sounding like this, it now sounds like this. So what happens then if I try and do a line before that? In fact, I'll go from life's too short. That's the 3rd line down. Life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. We can be so content if we... Now the next one, we may as well do this one, is D6. So if that's C6, if we go up onto the 2nd fret, that has to be D6. And all we're going to do is a short strum on there and kill it dead. So I've got reverb going, but you get the idea. So we just stop, pop, like that. So now, going from the 3rd line down, we have 1, 2, life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. We can be so content if we gather little sunbeams. Brilliant. Okay, why don't we do all of that verse? Are we ready? Here we go. From Bring Me Sunshine in Your Smile, 3rd verse, starting with the chord of E minor 7th. 2 in. 1, 2, bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me rainbows from the skies. Life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. We can be so content if we gather little sunbeams. Yeah, this is getting there, isn't it? Okay, now the good news is there's going to be a lot of repeats coming up now. So let's have a look at the next verse even. So it's Be Light-Hearted, starting with the E minor 7th. Be light-hearted all day long. Keep me singing happy songs. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Now then, we're not going to do C6 this time, because that was in the 3rd verse. We're going to jump to an A7. Very important that you play that chord. Okay, so let's do it together and also play the A7 on above. So going from Be Light-Hearted all day long. Here we go. Start with E minor 7th. 1, 2, be light-hearted all day long. Keep me singing happy songs. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Did you do A7th? I hope you did. Okay. Take a short break and then we're going to go to props to the end. Short break there. Right, getting close to the end now, but let's run into it. Going from the 3rd line down on the 4th verse. Let your arms be as warm. So we're going to start from the G, 2 in. 1, 2, let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me... Now you've got to go to the A minor plus C again, which we've already done. Bring me fun. Bring me sunshine is the D6, which is just the bar on the 2nd fret. Yeah, sunshine, bring me. Now this is the bit where we need to concentrate a bit, because there are 2 ways of doing this. An easy way and a more advanced way. Let's do the easy way to start with. So we've got, with the grey shading, we've got a G7, then an F7, and then an E7. Okay, so we've got G7, F7, and also an E7. And the timing of those are 2 on the G7, 2 on the F7, and then 4 on the E7. So if I'm just going to start from those and count 2 in, let's do it together. So G7, F7 and E7. 1, 2. Let's do that again. 2 in. 1, 2. Just one more time because it's critical this, okay? So 2N, 1, 2. Fantastic. Okay, now here is the more advanced way, and if you can do this, it sounds fantastic. Okay, now what it is F7, as shown on the screen now, can also be played like this. Look on the screen now. Okay, so that's what I call an F7 full. So I'm using every single finger. Now, if you have a look, I'm covering also every single string. So this becomes what we call a movable chord. I can go from there, take every finger up 1 fret, again, back down. No need to put a bar on or anything like that. Now, the thing is, if that is F7, yeah, where it is there, if I move this up 2, 1, 2, it becomes G7, right? So instead of playing the G7 there, you can play the F7 shape full up 2 frets, and it becomes G7. So this time the timing's exactly the same. We're going to do 2 on G7 inverted, and then we're going to do 2 on the F7 full. Now, all I'm going to do now is take off my index finger, like so, and drop everything down 1. And we've got a regular E7, but I'm just using different fingers because I moved down from having that finger on there. I'm not going to take everything off and rejiggle all my fingers. I may as well just take off this finger, the index on the F7, and slide everything else down. So this and this is the same chord. So how does that sound if I put that in there? So I'm going to go from Let Your Arms Be As Warm, okay? A 1, 2. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Isn't that nice? And I've used all the same shape. So even though it is more advanced, once you've got the shape, all you're doing is moving it to a different place. Okay, so take a short break there, and then we'll be back in with the finale. Yay! Okay, so we're going to go from the 4th line from the bottom, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, and we're going to run it right to the end, and let's see where that goes. So our chord that we have to have ready is A minor plus C. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love, bring me fun. That's the A9 again. Bring me sunshine, bring me. Now, last line, it says G times 5. So I want you to strum 5 times. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next thing says stop for 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. And then it says G major 7th. Remember we did that before, which is the mini bar. And all we're going to do is a little tremolo. With no specific time, it's just going to just go on to a fade. Okay, so we've got on from the 2nd line, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. And just fade out. Okay, simples. So I think we should together play from the 4th line from the bottom, the A minor plus C, right the way to the end. Can we do it? Of course we can. 1, 2, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love, bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. So on the stop, I just hit the uke just to show it there. So are we brave enough to do the last two verses? That's verses 3 and 4 all the way through. Take a short break, a short break. We'll be back going in the outtakes, and we'll be back and we do it together. So this is it, folks. We're going to do verse 3 and 4, and let's see how we do with it. Here we go. 2 in. A 1, 2, bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me rainbows from the skies. Life's too short to be spent having anything but fun. We can be so content if we gather little sunbeams, be light-hearted all night, day long even. Keep me singing happy songs. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Yeah, so there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and the idea, as I say, is just to add a few little embellishments here and there. As this has got 4 verses, as I said at the beginning, play the first 2 very straight, okay, and then it gives you somewhere to build upon and build up to the finale. If you'd enjoyed this, then please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely free of charge, and every week or so I'm going to be uploading a new one. So if you want to be kept notified, so subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you will be notified when the next one comes available. It's completely free. There is another thing which I offer, which is through Patreon, and I have a site called Ukulele Shortcuts, and in there we take straightforward tunes and start to add melody, amongst other things. There's also some right-hand techniques as well. So if you feel that you've managed this with ease and you want somewhere else to go, something new to try, then please check out the link which I'll provide below and have a look at that. Okay, so until about a week's time, you all stay safe and I'll see you then. You all take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.